What the hell?
What in the fuck map? What is?
I guess it's probably
Is,
another like
is
tournament he was using map.
Okay, well, as long as there's no funny business and we don't run into some weirdness, let's just roll with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BaseTradeTVT Grand Finals. Well, I keep saying Grand Finals, but it's the Grand Finals day. This is still the round of 8. It's a best of 5. And up 1-0 in the series, it's going to be the blue Terran player in the top left, aLive. Of course, playing for Spitty.
Bottom left as the pink Terran, it's Major.
And hopefully mic volume's a little more equalized. We'll keep checking in on it, folks, because things are all kinds of messy. Unfortunately, it looks like Euthermal, by the way, has forfeited his 4th match versus Beyond, or 3-0, or I'm not sure. Basically, I just saw a tweet from him between games where his ping on the NA server is like 300. I know in the past we've had issues with cross-server latency, but I guess this is kind of extreme and really unfortunate too, because I definitely wanted to see some of Euthermal play today.
Yeah, even though you said Beyond is probably gonna win.
Yeah, well, the thing is about Euthermal that's always interesting is when that guy plays well, he plays really well. And I don't know that I necessarily think he would take Beyond by storm, but if you were even taking one game off of Beyond, that's the one game I really want to see.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
No, sadly not. Anyways, once again, just reminding everybody, we've been unfortunately forced to update some audio stuff here on the fly on account of the fact that my microphone broke the cast. So I hope SoundGrab's not too quiet now. I hope I'm not too loud or anything like that. Please, again, feedback and chat greatly appreciated for today.
Am I breaking your ears?
No, it's quite the opposite.
Am I softly caressing your ears?
No, definitely not.
As I take off my jacket like a pro? There's no sexy way to take off a jacket.
I know, but it's the fact that you tried to say it like it would be. It was just kind of like, all right, ZombieGrub's confirmed like the worst stripper of all time.
Aren't you supposed to narrate while you strip?
Don't you like it, big boy, when I take off my socks one at a time? It's a bit warm in here. Or is that just me?
Socks are never sexy. Well,
I disagree, because it's really like...
I know guys, a lot of guys like the high socks.
Yeah, the knee-high socks?
Or whatever. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it's really not just the high, like the knee socks, okay? It's like a combination with something else that's cool, like booty shorts or something.
Yeah, ZombieGrub, I would love to talk about booty shorts with you all day. But we have 2 different openers, definitely worth talking about right now. Now, we do have Major playing a little bit more safe with that Raven. I don't blame him at all with the way that first game went. But aLive's go for the faster command center in tandem with the Raven. So the difference being that aLive, if Major doesn't start one soon, will probably get a little bit ahead. Major does have those minerals banked up, and I think he's going to take his now. Just, again, a little bit later.
Yeah, not really enough to be concerning. aLive tried to get a scout with a Hellion, but it was denied hardcore and actually died at the front. So, no idea if it was a Banshee. But with the Raven, you don't have to really be worried about anything. The auto turret is now so helpful in all situations, whether it's a drop, early drop, or that like 2-tank drop. It is extremely useful to have. The Banshee would just be giving someone a little bit more map control, which is nice, but obviously they don't care for it this time.
Well, I feel like with Elrena being the short distances like this, expecting a Banshee is actually a pretty smart move as well. We've seen it so many times on this map. Maybe it's just because we've cast so much Beyond on this map, but yeah, we've seen the Banshee come in here quite a bit. Major gonna go for a scan in the main, check to see what he sees out of aLive. Would just be what he's doing, a little bit different timing. We did get a $5 donation from Dominisha. I'm sorry that I missed this, man, but apparently I'm not reading it on purpose, so now I'm not going to. Get wrecked. No, I'm kidding. It says, I'm in the process of drawing a picture of you for the fan art contest. I hope this will light up your mood. Oh, God, no, because I already know what you're going to be drawing, man. Like, you're too obsessed with that shirt. I feel bad.
It has to be Zealot hockey related in some way. Okay.
I'll be on, like, the jerseys for the team or something.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, that'd be good.
I do believe a Widowmine is strong enough to one-shot a Cyclone, by the way, so aLive, very smart not to really play with Fate there after seeing the little targeting laser. I guess that's a subtle change that came with Legacy. We haven't really appreciated too much, but it is certainly a lot cooler seeing which unit the Widowmine is targeting.
Yeah, that's right. That wasn't existent Heart of the Swarm.
Heart of the Swarm, we're just kind of like, oh, this might be good on the Banelings. Now we're like, okay, we can see it's not good on the Banelings.
Yeah, no more hype in the casters. Unneeded hype. The Cyclone from aLive seems a little weird just because he... Oh wait, I misread the who's doing what. Never mind. So he never scanned Major, right? Yeah, he didn't get a good scan on Major until like recently, I think, because he sees the swap over through the actor for the starport. But anyways, I was gonna say that if you get the Cyclone and the Banshee's actually not a threat, it's still useful. It's just that if you do get like an entire scan on the army too, and you see that it's not really an army meant to push anytime soon, the Cyclone of course does lose its power later on. Although we've been seeing some really extremely good Cyclones for whatever reason that like survive the entire game.
Yeah, sorry for the camera work there, guys. I just realized I had to unplug some stuff, so you probably heard the little USB sound as well.
So here's the push that aLive did scout with the Cyclone. Oh, and because he scouted it, he's gonna go for a drop himself. Psych!
Major gonna be forced to either speed back home as quickly as he can, or just go for the attack. He is gonna turn around and come home and try and defend this. He's got that air dominance, like he's gonna snipe these medevacs, no problem with these Vikings. Auto turrets going down, might even be able to take out those tanks if he's lucky, but unfortunately, had to pull all his SCVs out of the main. Fortunately, does keep him alive, but unfortunately had to pull them in the first place. So coming back with his own drop, those auto turrets going down, and once again, they do so much damage just in a short period of time. Even microing back one of his tanks so as not to lose it. Major comes out, I feel, a little bit on top with this. Only 5 workers died, not a lot of real damage got done. The tanks all lived through that, and he just puts the SCVs back to work while taking a third base.
Yeah, I think he got ahead from that too, especially with the third base already halfway done. That's where it really is pretty good, because he doesn't have that much of an army supply lead because of it, so that the counterattack isn't like super scary, but it is potentially going to keep aLive on 2 bases, so even if aLive wanted to get a third, it would have to be in-house, so... Oh, what am I killing? What am I? Friend on friend.
Yeah.
Where's aLive's army?
There's despite the auto turret usage earlier, there's still point defense turns available for these Vikings, and the Viking talent once again a little superior here for Major. He actually circumvents the army, sacrifices a Viking for it. He's gonna try and come in from the side and catch aLive off guard. Not quite gonna happen. These siege tanks though providing a ton of damage, not killing much, but pressuring that bunker.
Yeah, just goes ahead and leaves. Might be a little worried about his Viking control going south, or might be worried that there's so few units on the front line that aLive actually has like a drop going somewhere, which he does now. He's come accompanied with a bunch of auto turrets and a lot of Vikings. Now, the thing about Arena is that like you can get like a pretty abusive position with the mineral line, so you're kind of like tucked in there, but you can also try and get on top of the ramp with it.
This is a huge problem for Major if he loses this barracks. He actually doesn't have production up and running yet. So
cool point defense drones. Absolutely wins the armor.
The auto turrets help out a little bit here on the ground too, which isn't too bad. Pulls back a lot of the low Vikings, but yeah, not quite going to be enough to cut this. With the tanks coming to the back of the base, yeah, necessary, but there's a push coming through the front too, and there's no defense at the front of Major's natural.
Oh yeah. Stim is almost done for those Marines. Major is going mech. So he's in the barracks. It's going to be pretty bad. He does need to build more factories as his third starts to get mining a little bit here. The Marines, from a drop, come down. The Marines that were rallied over.
Yeah, those ones for the main just kind of swapped in. Major still has pretty decent working count right now, but again, no defense. Third command center going to be under a lot of pressure here in a moment. Scans the main to see what's going on, sees the production his opponent has, and he's going to tap out. And that will send us back to the North American server once more. I'm a little worried. Major looking quite shaky this morning.
Yeah. Well, that first game, the quit was just so weird. I didn't really look at that one too much. The second game, even if he had a decent supply and he didn't, he lost he didn't have production. It wasn't like he lost his army, he just didn't have any production. He was still going mech. Yeah. Which isn't that good, and you do need to be in at least a decent position to try and do, much less say a worse position.
Well, so there's an interesting thing to say about mech. You missed it, of course, because I had to solo cast the European qualifiers, but Marine Lord came out with the #1 seed in the European qualifiers by playing mech. So It kills me because, first off, we don't see any Koreans make mech work. Of course, leave it to a foreigner to figure it out. But secondly, it's the fact that even when he did win, none of those games were like super convincing. Oh my god, mech is the next answer to TvT. Like, it's still not great in my opinion. So seeing Major go for it was definitely like, eh.
Okay. Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, A, was it super convincing? And B, like, what do you mean he made it work? Was he just not getting pressured enough? Was it the opponent's fault? Or
Well, I
did
think
he do
I
something really
briefly
cool?
described. We had some of those weird games too, where you had like Bunny get knocked out. Oh, sorry, there's an audio delay. We had Bunny like get knocked out of the winners bracket because Viking versus Liberator. Obviously, Vikings win. Lots of strange ways that mech played out. But we're gonna get the lobby up for Orbital Shipyard. Gonna play a small break while we do, and we'll see you guys in a moment. And just quickly saying here for the folks.